Hello. This is Hangover Therapy episode 5. 5. 5.
5.
We missed last week. That's my fault. I was working quite a bit of overtime and just did not have time on the weekend. So, sorry.
Deal with it. Just fucking deal with it. Okay?
We'll add one on the end of the total, but nah. Yeah, I was just fucking working shitload of overtime, so just had no time at the weekend, mate. How are you though?
I am stable. Yeah.
Stable.
I'm pretty stable
Stable.
because I wasn't stable before. Like
In what
after
sense?
uploading my hey.
In what sense?
Oh, like mentally,
Right. Yeah.
I was a bit down in the dumps. I was a bit fucking aggy and like, oh, what's the fucking point,
Mhm.
But then I realised it's because I wasn't. All I was doing in the day was just streaming, and then when I wasn't streaming, I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
So I figured out that when I was editing the video that I just posted a few days ago, I was like, if I wasn't doing anything, I'd just edit, and I'd enjoy it because I like editing.
Mhm.
So I've kind of figured out that I've been, all depressed and whatever because I haven't been editing. I haven't been doing any. I haven't been able to do anything else except from that.
Yeah.
And I've got no footage pretty much. So, but the good thing is I figured it out. Figured it out today, on a walk. So
You'd
Yeah.
like broke your routine sort of thing, and you just.
yeah, I mean I did a workout.
Mhm.
Killed me. Did fucking burpees after
Oh, man.
after every set, and then a
Yeah.
plank at the end to finish it off.
Nice. What what workout are you doing? Like overall sort of thing.
Of just a general body weight workout. I did
Mhm.
50 push-ups. Actually, no, I do 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, 5 burpees, rest for 15 seconds, repeat that 5 times. So
Yeah.
overall, you do 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, 25 burpees,
Like a circuit.
and then at the end, hey,
Like a circuit. Yeah.
yeah, like a bit like a circuit, yeah. And then at the end, you do a minute plank. So
Nice. Man.
just to start off, because I haven't done anything in lockdown.
Yeah. That's.
Like except from a couple of runs here, one run, and I was knackered. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried recently. Like the last couple of days. I mean, I'm on day 3. I tried. I'm trying Center, which is Chris Hemsworth's like workout app.
oh
It's-
yeah, you told me about this. Yeah,
Yeah, it's got like a bunch of high intensity interval stuff on there, mate. It fucking kills you. Like I've never felt so like drained after a workout. It's been really good. So I'm hoping that does bits. It's like they're super short as well. You're there like 25 minutes and you are knackered by the end of it. It's ridiculous the amount.
Yeah.
You're like, it's like all there's hardly ever any like isolation exercises.
right.
So like one of them, for example, you do a squat and then you come up and you got dumbbells and you do a curl and then you do a squat, come up, do a
okay.
curl. So it really works you,
Yeah.
But it's quite expensive though, so I don't know if I'll carry on with it after the free trial. We'll have to see.
Well, you could just write the stuff down,
Yeah, that's a fair point. I could.
like just record it. Like this is what it was. It worked.
Yeah.
Let's just.
Yeah,
Do you want to continue your subscription? Nah, don't need it.
yeah, that's a fair point. I suppose I could. They're coming out with a new program though in a few like days, so I might want to stick around for that, but we'll see. But yeah, I could have segued earlier when you were talking about being a bit down into the main topic
But
for
we'll
the thing.
segue
But
now.
I thought no, we'll talk about exercise first.
Segue, quick.
Yes, today's about as the title of the podcast may suggest, it's about the big sad. Yeah, like it's about mental health essentially.
Yeah.
I've had my fair deal of run-ins with my old bonts working against me. I mean, I think everyone experiences it at some point. You've had low points.
Yeah,
Harv.
definitely. Everyone does, but certain people experience it more than other people, which is a given.
You are, yeah.
But well, not with some people you see on fucking Twitter, but we won't talk about that.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah, so I recently put together and released a YouTube video on anxiety, which is on my YouTube channel, which I suppose...
Which is also very good. You should
Thank
watch it. Okay.
Which,
I can appreciate the editing.
yeah,
So-
I'll link that in the notes for the podcast. But I released that. It's about 6-7 minutes long, something. I spent a fair bit of time on it, essentially, because the thing I've always had an issue with was like describing how it's like affected me. You know?
Putting it into words.
Yeah, like it's quite
yeah.
a hard thing to do because you don't. It seems a bit irrational. Like the logical part, knows that there's nothing wrong here, but your brain's like, no,
there is.
you're gonna be really scared now, and it's like, well,
for no reason.
yeah, just like, well, I guess I'll deal with this then. And so, yeah, I sort of tried to put it into a video with some little funny bits in there because it's too heavy of a topic to speak seriously
you're
about.
not just gonna bombard them with.
No, I'm not gonna be like,
sad.
This is
be
my
sad.
story. It is play the sad violin and
Oh, let me play a section on the world's smallest violin.
So yeah, the it covers that and sort of tries to. I mean, I make it a bit more dramatic in certain areas for obviously effect.
For effect.
The
That's
vast
understandable, though.
yeah the vast majority of it is pretty on the nose. What sort of my experience was and is like. And also it's been interesting. I've had a couple of people actually like message me and say like they found it relatable, which is great because it's not
Shit.
it's not one of those things that you want to keep what's the word, like suppressed,
Yeah.
it's
You need to get it out. You need to let it off.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, the main, obviously it's about anxiety, but I've also had sort of run-ins with periods of depression as well. And I think that they are definitely linked. Like I feel like a lot of the things I'd get depressed about were scenarios that perhaps were caused by the anxiety, or sort of even vice versa.
Yeah, there are certain situations where it can just be one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could be in a group of as you in your video, you're in a uni flat party.
Yep.
Was it? Yeah, and you could easily be like in there and be all anxious and tight up because you're not comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And you can start maybe freaking out a bit, and then you could easily leave that place and go to somewhere else, like say back to another flat where it's just chilled.
Yeah.
And you're more comfortable around these people. Then am I correct in saying the anxiety would just you'd be sound?
Yeah, like it depends who you're with. Like whenever I'm with our group of mates, there's nothing there. Like I'm fully comfortable with, and now that we've been there so often, sort of Harry's flatmates by extension of that, because
we pretty much know
if we're in there, then
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
there's no like depression involved in that little.
No,
you're at the party and then you're at the other place.
It wouldn't come until afterwards. Generally, like I've got this really bad habit of playing back scenarios that have already happened in my head. Do you do this? Like I feel like everyone, yeah.
I think everyone does it, but to an extent.
Yeah, like
again, it's the same.
You're lying there in bed and you're like, I'm gonna go to sleep now, and your brain's like, do you remember last weekend when somebody said this to you, and then you replied with something that was completely different, and it made it really awkward? Do you remember that? Yeah. Why don't we just watch that?
You do remember that?
Why don't we watch that a few more times and think about how stupid it was?
You idiot!
You absolute idiot! Yeah.
You moron.
And
that's how it is.
Well, yeah, but quite often that'd sort of compound. And I'd sort of sit there for I'd lose hours sometimes.
Oh Jesus, hours.
And
Christ.
well, maybe an exaggeration, like half an hour to an hour sometimes,
Okay, that's more sane.
But yeah, that'd be sort of one of the things, especially that cause me. And also, like, I think in general, as like humans, we have, and I'm pretty sure this has been proven by some studies somewhere, but like we have a tendency to ignore the positive and focus on the negative.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a survival mechanism, right? Because the negative could be something that kills you.
Yeah.
Back from caveman brain human.
Yeah. It makes sense though, because like if you're being attacked by a tiger, but you're surrounded by daffodils, right? You're not gonna be like, yeah, but the daffodils though, and you get your legs getting chewed off by a fucking tiger.
Oh, it's so pretty, so aesthetic.
My leg's dying, but the daffodils are great. God damn it.
Yeah.
So it does make sense. It does make sense.
Yeah, like
in conclusion.
And I think for periods, my brain just like goes hyper on that mode and just like, no, that doesn't exist, or like it'll even try and like re-engineer something that was positive into something negative, and it's like, well, I mean,
why? Why would you do this to me?
Yeah, and
my only good memory.
And I think it's sort of one of the things that I learned through the therapy I did, and also just a lot of like reading and listening to various people, is that you have to try and it's a learned skill. Like you have to, you take time to learn it, but you have to try and take yourself out of the moment when you're in it. And it comes with practice. Like sometimes you just completely forget about it, but to be able to take yourself back and just sort of
like switch perspectives.
Yeah. Like just like take a minute and just think, and then rather than relying on just your subconscious and sort of autopiloting through things.
Yeah, you're actually relying on your conscience.
Yeah, and your
control.
logicalness.
Yeah, the logical side of your brain instead of the other side, which is on fire.
Like you're there and you're surrounded by people you don't know, and then you're like, let's be honest, we're in a uni flat. No one's going to try and kill me. And that is good. That's not the thing that I'd get. I don't worry about somebody randomly killing me, but the like, that's the sort of the thinking you have to go through. And
I mean, I'm laughing, but like,
you have to laugh about it, like, but yeah.
I mean, it is like in general terms, in societal terms, it is ridiculous that we have. That if anyone is worried about being randomly killed,
mm-hmm.
Like, that's obviously a fake. You get run over or
it can happen.
Squashed by a crane or a wrecking ball or something.
If you keep thinking about it, it just messes with you.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you're going to fall out that window, which isn't even open. Yeah, you just are.
That plug that you just turned off 5 seconds ago has magically turned itself on, and it will burn down your house.
Check it again,
mate.
You locked your car once,
yeah,
but lock it again.
Yeah, so like that part of the video. So there's a skit in the video where like I get quite nervous before I go to bed about like things like leaving plugs on and doors being unlocked and whatever.
Yeah.
And so I did a thing where I do go downstairs and check the doors. I do that. But I don't go out and check the car off, and that was worst case scenario sort of thing. Like, I'm fairly comfortable with the car. I might do the thing through the window and see it flash, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine, sorted, go up.
Yeah.
But the actual doors downstairs, because recently I went down and one of them wasn't locked, and that's never what you want to find, because that just reinforces the negative behaviour.
I told you. You should have checked it again.
So yeah, that's sort of one of the things that I and it's fine. I've sort of got used to it. It's just like, right, brush my teeth, cool, downstairs, check the doors, come back up. There's my computer, plug off and whatever. Yeah. I trust the printer for some reason. I also trust the plug down there that my TV and the switch is plugged into, and I also trust the plug that my server computer is plugged into. But anything else, no. I think to be fair with me, it's mainly phone chargers, because you see all those like scare stories on the internet. It's like phone charger left on overnight explodes and burns down owner's house, and it's like, well,
it hasn't happened to me yet.
No, I've never had one happen, and I've owned a serious amount of different phone chargers, so
they always break, so.
to be fair, the ones I've got now have lasted, like the ones that came with my phone, and they've lasted.
You got Android, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a Pixel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an iPhone.
Those,
It's not as good as you think it is.
Those leads, man. Like whatever you think of the software of the iPhone, their charging leads are dog shit. They break so easily.
It's not even just that. It's like, I want a headphone jack. I don't even care. I want a charger hole and a headphone jack so I can put my phone on charge while listening to music.
Yeah.
You can get
mine doesn't have a
Bluetooth
headphone.
ones, but I'm not willing to spend £150 or even like £60 in order to satisfy my one need at night when I want to listen to music and charge the phone at the same time. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Anyway, we segue. We sidetrack.
Bit of a digression there, but that's fine. I don't know. I don't remember. But
Planes.
Like I think to try and move to a more of a positive side. Like on the sort of way of digging myself out of it, you do sort of realise that you can't just expect it to go away. You have to work at it.
Yeah.
And I think certainly over the last year, like I think as a person I've changed so much, and a lot of that has come down to my perspective on like just effort and work. Like it'd be the same with like working out and stuff. I never used to like exercise and you know I'd be like, oh, I feel worn out now. Whereas now I'll do it and I'll feel knackered. I'm like, this is great. I love this, you know. Like even after like when Harry tagged me in that 5K run thing that was going around, you know, with everyone in quarantine at the start of the lockdown. I was like, I hate this guy. I hate this guy. I don't like running. I still don't like. I don't run. But I went out and I just did I did a 5K run. I sort of blasted through it. I had breaks, you know, but I did run 4 or 5 kilometers in the end, which is all that matters. I think it took me about 40 minutes. And I felt great afterwards. I was like, yeah. I mean, physically I was fucking knackered, but you know, after I was just like, oh, give me them endorphins, man. And and yeah, like I think once you realise that. You have like I did reach a point where I was getting lower and lower and lower and lower, and then I was like, I've got to just do something to get me out of this. And then it did almost like this. I was going to put this in the video, but I ended up sort of cutting it. Like it has become sort of a bit of an obsession for me now, as like it like not maybe not so much like self-improvement as an overall topic, but like, well, yeah, even that, like, yeah, no, fuck it, yeah. So like that has become a bit of an obsession for me. Like, you know, I've been working out pretty religiously for probably about 2 months now, and before that I was going regularly anyway. Like I was going to the gym at least 3 times a week, but like since the lockdown started, man, it's been like at least 6 days a week.
Fucking pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
very, 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 very proud of you, Harry, for sticking to it.
Thanks, bro.
Because I have not stuck to it.
I'm just gonna have a quick look actually, because I was on a bit of a streak and I fucked it up yesterday because I just I was just like, you know, it's one of those days you're like, yeah, I just can't. It's just gonna be bad if I.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be bad. So let's have a look. It was from the oh my god, right? So starting on the 28th of April. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 days in a row. Maybe 18, and then
that's pretty good, mate.
Yeah, I just got into the habit of it, you know, and then and once you build that habit, it's it's just you feel bad when you don't do it then, rather than when you do it.
Yeah.
It's there was actually during while I was doing my research for the for that center app that I've been trying out. Chris Hemsworth said in a workout he did with this YouTuber, it was like obviously an advertising thing, but he said like movement creates motivation, and I think that's like super true. You know, like you take a step towards it, and then you just take another step, and then another step, and then another step, and it snowballs.
It's momentum.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's super true. Like you make the first step to bettering yourself, and it just snowballs, you know. There's a bunch of books that I linked in the description of that video, books and like other sort of, you know, resources. But one of them that was really good was a book called Atomic Habits, about like, you know, forming positive habits and breaking sort of negative ones. And that book's really helpful, because if you can understand sort of how your brain's, you know, reward system works, and get into that, you know, more positive habits, then you unstoppable. It's something you do over time. Obviously, you can't just go.
Obviously,
well, hey, I'm waking up this morning. I've got a million new habits. Look at me, I'm a different person. It never works. You can never change anything doing that, like ever. Sometimes, so for some things you have to just cold turkey yourself into it. But for the vast majority of things, true, man, you got to work into it. Like, you can't just go, all right, I'm gonna run 10 miles a day. You're not gonna do it. For one, your body won't take it, but also like, just your mind's gonna be like, nah, mate, nah.
Yeah.
Like the key thing for me, for example, was I made sure that because I skipped yesterday, I had to do something today, because I didn't feel particularly great today either. I'd been drinking last night, but you know, a bit of a rough head this morning. But I was like, no, I've got to do it, because one, I'll probably feel better afterwards anyway, because I'll sweat it out, and two, as soon as you, like, for me personally, if I miss one day and then don't pick it up again immediately the next day, then the demotivation snowballs almost, you know.
Yeah, it can go the other way, but very easily. You just gotta not let it do that, because anything can like trip you up, sort of thing.
Yeah.
The smallest of things, like, oh, maybe you woke up too late, or like, I don't know, your family wants you to do this thing and at a certain time, and then normally you do your workouts at a certain time. It's like, oh, it's fucked it up. I won't do it today. I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow you forget because you're at your routine. And then,
yeah, exactly. Like it's if you have some sort of
understanding,
discipline, and routine and structure, you know, those boring words that everyone's like, nah, don't need them. That was me, you know. I haven't read his book, but I have been meaning to. There's this bloke who was in the Navy SEALs called Jocko Willink. I don't know if you've seen him on your advertisement. No.
Probably not.
He was in the Navy SEALs. He wrote a book called Extreme Ownership, which I've been meaning to listen to or read, but I just haven't had the chance. But it's about like actually just fully taking responsibility for absolutely everything you possibly can. And you know, it helps you sort of take back control of yourself and whatever. But I've listened to him on podcasts, you know, like Joe Rogan. He's got his own podcast. And he's a really like informative dude. He's just like, you gotta do it. I mean, this motherfucker's crazy. He wakes up at 4 a.m. in the morning. This man's surviving on 5 hours of sleep. I'm like, bro, that's not good. That's not good. But he's like,
that's not good, no.
Gets up in the morning. He's like, ugh. You know, he always says like, attack the day, and he is right. Maybe don't give yourself 6 hours sleep. Maybe stretch that to 8. The healthy.
Oh, you don't need 8. I'd say 7.
You
7.
do. It's between 9 and 7.
I mean,
there is a Joe Rogan episode for you, Harvey, with Matthew Walker.
I have to get more sleep or something.
No. It's it's this bloke called Matthew Walker was on the Joe Rogan podcast. This is also in the description of the video. The amount of ridiculous facts that he drops that show just how detrimental a lack of sleep is terrifying.
Oh,
I'm still working on that one, but it is quite scary. I should re-listen to it. Actually, it might scare myself into getting
I was about to say I've been getting a lot of sleep, but just at the wrong time, really.
Yeah.
Like, I've been going to bed most of the time 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm waking up about 11. I don't know how long that is. It's like 8 hours.
2 or 3 waking up at 11. Well, if it's 3 and you're waking up at 11, that's 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, and sometimes it's 2 o'clock, sometimes it's 1 o'clock. So then it's like 9, 10.
it messes with your like it. The important thing as well is getting a consistent
Yeah.
as well as the amount. You know, it's got to be at consistent times. Which again is another thing that I need to work on. But it's probably actually like in terms of, you know, things the priority wise on my to-do list, sleep's probably like at the top at the minute, I'd say. It has been for ages. It's it's a struggle, but sleep's seriously underrated as a commodity, I think.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Shout out to sleep.
Shout big up sleep. This episode
Big up sleep, man.
Sponsored by sleep.
Sponsored by sleep.
Use
The
code
link is in the description.
ZZZZ in checkout.
Or you can use code SLEEP for 5% off.
5% off your first order of one night's sleep.
Yes.
Wait, no,
At our hotel, pay £60 for 1 half night.
Our hotel, fucking hell.
We wake you up at 12 o'clock to make you pay the extra half. Sleep for everyone.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, sleep, man. Also just eating healthy, man. You get so much more energy when you're eating healthy, getting a good amount of protein, you know. Even if it's not coming from a food and it's coming from, you know, like supplements or whatever. You know, it still makes a massive difference.
And stuff, yeah.
I also bought recently some vitamin D supplements.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Vitamin D. I think I know why.
From
the Minecraft.
Yeah. So
stream,
we're
that guy.
We're doing the Minecraft that Minecraft snobs thing that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. It's like 3 weeks ago now, mate. Where's the time?
It was on
that
another
was 5
episode.
weeks ago. It was somewhere in the last episode.
It was on another episode. You have to watch all of them to find out.
Yes. One of the ones that one of the guys that organised it was saying like, yeah, man, I started taking vitamin D supplements, and I started noticing a proper, you know, increase in my mood and my well-being. And it's true because like for me, I work in an office, and then I come home and I'll either play video games or, I mean, I'll work out, you know, which sometimes in the winter months, for example, I go from the office back home, get changed, go to the gym, come back, sun's gone.
Yeah, it's dark.
Yeah. Now not the case. And I've been trying to get out more anyway, obviously. But, you know, if I want to do music stuff, I can't. Well, I mean, I suppose I could take my guitar outside, but I'd piss off all the neighbours. So, you know, you're sort of quite limited there. So if you know, get a vitamin D supplement, and they're so cheap.
Really?
Like the ones I bought is bulk powders, right? Which I buy their protein powder as well.
Oh, okay.
So I just, you know, I've got it off Amazon, but I thought, you know, I know the brand sort of thing. A year's supply was a tenner, and you just take one a day. So it's like, you know, it's like this tiny little jar of, it's like a little tiny thing. You take one a day, bang it down.
Fucking hell.
So yeah,
on a depressive day, you might go.
No, definitely don't do that. No, bloody hell.
Make me feel better.
God. The other things I've experimented with, L-theanine.
What is that?
It's a food supplement, technically. It's an amino acid that is found in green tea. I don't drink green tea, so I've got it in these little capsule things. I don't use them as often as I should do. The primary sort of thing has been found in studies is that if you take it with, I think, God, I got to be careful here.
Don't butcher it.
I think it's a 1-to-2 ratio of caffeine to L-theanine, right? Then you enter like a really sort of focused, because you know how if you have a lot of caffeine, it can give you the jitters and make you anxious.
Yeah.
This counters that. So you just get the energy from the you just get sort of the energy from the caffeine. So that's when I originally started messing with it, because I wanted it for CS, because I was noticing, because I wasn't sleeping properly. I was like, right, I'll just get home before a match, like half an hour before a match, I'll bang down a coffee, which is about 100 mg of caffeine, have one of these bad boys, and I'll be laser focused. The results were mixed with that one. I think the mental game was probably messing with me more than the caffeine was.
Than the jitters, yeah. But
It's
that might
also
be good for
also
one
for
taps.
just if you're anxious. Green tea is often recommended, and L-theanine's sort of the thing that does that, as far as I know. Please double check this before you.
Yes.
I'm like.
Don't take our word for it. Okay.
Yeah, like, I mean.
Actually, no, not ours. Harry's word. Don't take Harry's word for it.
They're definitely calming. I'm not going to fob you off with a specific brand, because this isn't InfoWars. We're not a super male fatality. But
this video is sponsored by.
Gee, don't say
F.
Raid
Shadow Legends.
Oh no. So yeah, that's another thing that I tried. But even if you just fuck off all of those, because the supplements, mate, like vitamin D, certainly try that. But anything on top of that, you can just get there with a healthy diet, exercising. That definitely boosts your mood. It's anyone who says it doesn't is bollocks. Like,
you're lying, mate. You're lying through your teeth.
It's exercising often makes you feel so much better. Like, I've
been true. Yeah.
Been exercising every day for the past couple of weeks. I feel great. Haven't had any super low moments. I think you have to work, and it's little steps. I've always said this to like anyone who's asked me, like, or like if I've been like talking to a mate or whatever, and they've been feeling down and whatever. I'm like, mate, you got to just take the little steps. If you're in a rut. If you're in a rut and you want to get out of it, fucking make your bed in the morning. It's cliche that everyone says that, but like you've had one success. If you do that successfully in your day after you get out of bed, you're checking your bed sheets.
I'm checking on my bed.
If you do that,
I have and I haven't.
You haven't. It's 50%. But like that's just an example. You have one thing, you've done one good thing that day. You've had one victory. Yeah. And then that turns into another one and another one and another one.
It gives you I remember what was it? A Navy SEAL said this. It was like, after you've done one task in the day, it gives you a small sense of pride.
That's Jocko Willink.
Yeah.
That's him. That's him.
Yeah.
He's
so.
Yeah.
And then that will motivate you to do another task, and then you get more, motivation to do more, and then spiral on, and you've done fucking 20 to 50 tasks a day, mate, and you've smashed it. So
yeah, and like sometimes as well, like, though, you have got to say, right, I'm pushing too hard. I've only just thought of this. I don't want this to come across as like, oh, just get out there and do it, man. What are you doing? Oh my god, you just do it.
We would be hypocritical if we were saying that.
Yeah, no, like, you obviously have your moments where, like, you have your days where you just want to lie in bed all morning, and if that's providing you haven't got anything super important to do, if you feel like you need to do that and just rest, then do it.
Yeah.
You got to listen to your body sometimes, but also your body's a bell end. So you got to know when it's messing with you. Because otherwise you end up stuck.
Stuck.
Yeah, because, like, man, I mean, yeah, fuck it. If you want to just fucking chill out for a bit, Yeah,
you can do what you want, mate. Yeah. If you want to fucking, I don't know, have a cup of tea and not do any work, you can have a cup of tea and not do any work. If you want to do work and then reward yourself with a cup of tea and some biscuits,
there you go.
You can do that as well.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
I mean, that's a great way of doing it, saying, if I get this done, I'll give myself a cup of tea and some biscuits.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. Still do it now.
But yeah,
I do it without even doing any work.
Even if you just like
just get a cup of tea.
not feeling great today, then fucking have a day off. But it's important to, for me at least, it's important.
Yeah, don't use it as an excuse every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, don't be like, oh, I'm not good today, I won't do anything.
Yeah.
If you're genuinely not good, then it's okay. But if you're just saying it's just so you can have an excuse to yourself and someone else.
Yeah,
you're actually feeling okay, then you're lying to yourself.
There's been like a couple of times, especially during this lockdown, where I've woke up a bit of a hangover on the Sunday morning, as you do, and and I'll be like, oh man, I feel a bit rough. I don't know if I want to work out, and then I'm like, no, go outside, do some exercise, and you'll feel better afterwards.
Take your jacket and fuck off.
And I've always felt better afterwards. I don't think I don't think there's been a time where I've done that and felt bad, unless I really was hungover and I felt more sick afterwards. But even that went after a while. So
Yeah, that's happened a few times I can recall.
It's just got to be done, innit? Really. Right. I think we'll pin that for now.
Yep.
I think that's a good way to close it. Stories from nights out.
Stories from nights out.
Do you want to start this one off?
You'll have to help me because I don't remember. I only remember being in the ending club.
Okay. What, you don't remember anything before that?
No.
Oh, okay. Right.
So I think you might have to tell it, and if anything pops up into my memory, I'll jump in.
Okay.
Because I don't remember anything before the club.
So this was fairly early on in our clubbing. We'd all sort of recently just turned 18, like.
Yeah. So we were all a bit like
fresh into it,
novices towards the sport of night out.
We'd gone to the Spoons, and we were like, we'll just chill out in there a bit, and it was me. I was there. You were there. Jack was there, and I think a couple of the lads were there, but they sort of ended up not coming with us into the second part of the thing. But we were chilling out in Spoons, and then our mate Charlie, we find out he's been on a pub crawl. Yeah, he's on a pub crawl. We didn't find. Yeah, he turned up. He turned up at Spoons. Their theme of the pub crawl was that the girls had to go as American footballers, and the lads had to go as cheerleaders.
Cheerleaders, yeah. So Charlie rocks up, literally 13 pints deep, in a fucking cheerleader outfit
with a wig.
God, man, so funny. I think that's the only bit I remember from that.
Yeah, there wasn't really much else to say, I think, after that in terms of Spoons. Oh no, okay, I suppose. Yeah, so sometimes like to promote a club, people will
send out people.
People will go out and they'll drop what's-its everywhere.
Leaflets and stuff, yeah.
That had happened for this, they'd do a club arena, they'd come around and drop some leaflets for this thing, and it was like, oh, if you get a free shot, and we're like, a free shot?
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh, a free shot. And then right, we're back. Nice internet half. Dickhead.
My internet took a shit on its own chest, and I used the opportunity to get some whiskey. So
excellent. Right, so I did try and carry the story on, but honestly, fuck that. So we'll go roughly back. So we were there in Spoons, and they were handing the leaflets out as they do to promote, promote their club.
Yeah.
But and we were like, oh, free shots, banging.
Yeah.
Right.
Because this was when we were all new to clubbing, so
yeah.
I'd obviously seen these leaflets before because I would go to the Lion and stuff beforehand. And they'd always be in there like, oh, free shot. But I never really used them.
And of course,
but then for some reason, this one night when we were all like, oh, free shot, I was just like, yeah, free shot. Yeah, okay.
And of course, they're not good shots. They're like sours, which do nothing other than rot your teeth.
Yeah,
quite nice though.
I shotgunned 4. No. It was like a fireball.
That desperate last push.
Tequila.
That desperate quick last order. We're like, oh, we're about to leave for the train. Like, one sec. 4 sours. And then you get out the door like, yeah. So
I remember doing that actually a few times.
Yeah, mate. We've been like, oh, we've got to go, and then you're like, oh, Harvey's at the bar. What? And then you're just there. All right, lads.
Wait a minute, lads. Straight down me.
So, yeah. But then we also heard from somewhere, and I don't remember how this happened. But somebody just piped up and like, apparently there's strippers on, and we're like, fuck off, are there going to be strippers on? And then we ended up going, because of course.
Of course we did. We couldn't miss the strippers.
This was the first time I'd ever been to that club as well, and the last.
Oh yeah.
And the last, yeah.
But you never came again.
I might have gone once afterwards, but yeah. It turns out there were some scantily clad women on the stage juggling fire things.
They were pretty fit though.
I don't remember.
They were.
I was so
Fucking hell,
blasted.
mate. They were like juggling fire sticks in like a bikini. Mate, it was sick. It was pretty cool, mate.
I don't remember. The only thing I remember, there's a punch bag there. I remember two things. One, I stole.
Yeah.
One was that I stole Charlie's wig while we were on the dance floor, and I just started dancing around with this blonde wig on, which I thought was hilarious at the time.
Of course you did. You were like, look at me, guys. And you were there like, Harry. God.
And then and then the other thing is that there's a punch bag there. You know, one of those punching machines that you punch it, and it counts your
it's a punching bag
big
machine.
your
People know what that is, you know.
You punch it, you
you
get a score.
You are, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I whoever put that in there is an absolute fucking genius, because combining drunk people and punching machines is possibly one of the biggest recipes for disaster that you could ever think of.
It's all the lads releasing their testosterone, just like, ugh,
I remember
I
being
will get the high score tonight.
I had a double
And
vodka coke in
like,
one hand.
Ah!
I had a double vodka coke in one hand. I had a big sip. I put my coin in. I went to go for it, and I just fucking missed it. So
Yeah, you missed the fucking bag.
I skimmed it.
Yeah,
I got a
the
score.
bag didn't even go up.
I got a score of like 80.
I think I remember punching that a few times, and one of the times I think I nearly broke my wrist.
Yeah,
because I sprained it. I think I sprained it because obviously when you piss, there's no technique. I mean, there's no technique really anyway. You know, because I'm not a boxer or a fighter. I mean, not like I haven't thrown a punch. You know what I'm saying?
All right, big man. Fuck you.
But like, all technique went out the window, and you take a run up, you know, they're like 10 steps back, and you contact it like that, so it just goes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, you get a good score, but at your hand, the hand.
It's great. And then so I remember that, and then also there's poles just on the sides, like each side, that you can just go up to. Do you not remember this? Yeah, there's the poles.
Oh yeah, there are there's on the dance floor,
like
next to the stage, because arenas like you go in. There's
it's like
two
tiered, right?
There's two bars which are like the top tier. Then there's the punching bag area, which is
it's by the entrance. Isn't it?
It's on the same one, I think. And then there's a lower level where I think there's a fruity or something. There might be a fruity, and then they've got some chairs. And then another layer with another bit of chairs and some rails, and then you got the dance floor. And either side of the dance floor are two stripper poles that the audience can, or the people in there can do what they want.
Anyone in there can just go on it.
Yeah,
so
obviously you can't strip naked on it.
We were fucking about on those for a bit. That was quite funny. I remember I got back, and like the next morning my arm was killing me because I'd just been like swinging round at full speed, dizzy as fuck. Like, what's going on? And yeah, absolutely fucked it. It absolutely battered that night. Honestly, it was great fun. And then promptly never went back again because it's not the nicest of clubs I've ever been to. The toilets are a bit of a state, and it's like
you go in there and people are just
okay, right? Nothing happened. So. You can. What I was saying is, you can normally tell how good a club's going to be by how well kept the toilets are. If they're too well kept, then there's something wrong. If they're like,
Rose's toilets are really nice.
They're really nice, and to be fair, it's an alright club that. But like, yeah, that's what I mean. Alright, but like, you want somewhere between shithole and pristine, somewhere in the sort of upper tier, like not middle, but just sort of just above middle. Yeah, that's where the peak.
Lower half is like pub toilets, because pub toilets are just disgusting.
Oh mate.
But then you go in clubs, and you've got to keep them semi-clean because so many more people are going to use them. Yeah. So, but if a club has terrible toilets, then it's a terrible club.
Yeah.
Facts, mate.
Pretty good rule that. If you go, look, if you're not sure on a club and you don't want everyone to pay the entry fee, send someone in as a martyr. maybe chip together, pay their entry fee, whatever. They go in, check the toilets out, then they come out. They go, yeah, come on in, lads, and everyone comes in. You know, if you're stuck on budget, we never do that, but just an
we
idea.
should.
Yeah, if we get into a new.
If we go into a new one, we won't though. We're just gonna snobs, but, you know.
Yeah, we don't visit new clubs
Snobs.
here.
Snobs.
Can't wait till everything reopens, man. Oh. Right.
We have to wait.
Recurring news segments. I've no idea how fucking long this episode is now because we've had to pause and restart it. But
Oh, fuck it.
we'll
right.
we'll rush through these. Bell ends of the week has to go to anti-lockdown protesters. Because fuck me, like, just grow up.
I mean, what I will say is, if they are right, and the virus is fake, right? If they are correct,
The government doing a pretty
I
good
will
PR
say fair
offensive.
play. I will say fair play. You won. Okay. Now what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. It's just not. Like, I can understand the whole rights argument to it. I think it's fucking stupid, but at the same time,
They're just trying to keep you safe. They don't want other people to die, so they're doing what they can do in their power,
yeah, like,
and without violating too many human rights. They're literally saying you can go outside and do stuff, but just don't go near other people.
I'm in general, I'm always fairly skeptical of something that the government sort of puts out.
Yeah.
But
Of course.
I can't. I don't know. It's if you're seriously out in large groups, not wearing face masks, not following social distancing, so that you can protest not being allowed to go outside, then you're a massive bellend given the current situation. Like, if you want to protest, fine. I think it was a picture I saw of protesters in Hong Kong. They'd stood in a grid 2 meters apart from each other in the, like, all down the streets and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're protesting for something completely different as well. They're not protesting for the lockdown. They're protesting because their government is yielding to China. Which is why they're.
But they're still social distancing.
And they're still social distancing while they're doing that. Where he's like, the government's full of shit. They are out there.
What have you got, right? One night trainer.
Fucking Timberland boot. But they're like, yeah, the fucking government. Fucking. It's all fake. They're putting 5G towers in. Like,
yeah.
The argument that
if
they're
you believe
putting,
in 5G towers, don't even watch
the
this.
argument that
Just
they're
go away.
putting fucking 5G, like, they're using coronavirus to put 5G towers in to mind control everyone.
I don't believe that
Fucking
for one
hell,
second.
like,
And they're probably going to say, oh, that's exactly what they want you to believe. Guess what, mate?
just the thing is with some of these conspiracies, like, I can't get my head around the fact that, sure, like, if it's this widespread, surely something would have leaked by now. Surely something would have leaked. You know, I mean,
something would have gone wrong.
Or yeah, like, I'm skeptical both ways, to be honest, which I think is the healthy way to be.
Your phone has fucking radiation. That's why scientists say you shouldn't keep your phone next to your ball sack in your pocket.
Yeah.
Because the radiation waves can kill your sperm.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, because it's
know what I mean?
microwave.
And you're worried
I
about
think.
mind controlling when your balls could be infertile in 50 years or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get a grip.
So then, yeah. So that fuck them.
Yeah.
But somebody who is being an absolute geezer is the Flavor King himself, Guy Fieri. He's taken key workers and first responders to Flavor Town in in the US. He took his mobile kitchen out, his smokehouse.
Oh, okay.
Mobile kitchen out, and
He took flavors to them.
Yeah. He was serving food to hospital workers and stuff. So he ended up handing out about 1,200 meals.
Fucking hell. Were they like what meals? Like what food was it?
Well, I imagine it's good food, given that he runs restaurants.
What about burgers? What can we do with a burger right now?
It's a smokehouse thing, so yeah, I imagine it's. I imagine
If it's the
decent
guy that I
food.
think you're on about, with the spiky, he's a short, like fat American. Spiky hair.
Spiky, yeah. He seems
Yeah.
to have lost a lot of weight, to be fair to him.
Is he the guy that ate the burger really quick in front of the staff, and then the woman goes, "Can you eat pussy like that?"
I haven't seen that. That is outrageous.
You haven't seen that?
That is
You
outrageous.
haven't seen that?
Here we
How
go.
have you not seen that? Sure, I'll show
Pulled
you.
pork and pulled pork, pasta with veggies, Caesar salad, and focaccia with caramelized onion and parmesan. So that's a banging meal there. There's a lot in there, like.
Yes.
So, yeah, he's gone in. He was trying to
We're trying to help out.
yeah, he was being he was saying,
lifting the spirits, because they're probably eating like hospital food,
yeah,
which I don't know about the Americans, but in England it's
not great.
compared to your average mother-made homemade, chicken curry. It's not very good.
Yeah,
That's no offense to the people who make the food,
but they've got to
but it's like,
they've got to make a shitload.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's fair play, isn't it? And even when you're in the hospital, you do appreciate the food
Yeah,
they
of
give you,
course.
because like you don't really get to eat much anyway.
and he
So the food just tastes better
mhm.
when you're hungry. So
And he wrote personalized messages on quite a lot of them as well, which
like
is
signatures
nice.
and
Yeah, he was there physically handing them out as well, but so he had masks. They all had masks on and stuff.
Oh, okay,
Um,
acceptable.
but yeah, just good job, my man Guy Fieri.
Mhm.
So I think we'll wrap up there.
Yeah, I think that's enough. I hope it's enough.
Yeah,
I've
got to actually
my
edit
internet
this
kinda
episode.
screwed me,
Oh, bloody hell. So I'll probably actually edit it tomorrow, because I've got to go and do some more work. So this will probably be out, by the time you're watching this, it'll probably be Monday. Happy Monday, everybody.
Today's Monday, isn't it?
Today's Sunday.
No, it isn't.
It is, mate, because I'd be doing work today.
Huh?
I'd be doing work today.
Today's Sunday.
Yeah, I'd be working today otherwise.
I'll tell you what it was. Last night I was thinking, what fucking day is it? And it was like 2 a.m, and I thought, oh, it's Sunday. Okay, so today I woke up this morning like, oh bloody hell, today's Monday.
Yeah, no, today is Sunday.
I'm losing track.
It'll be Monday when you're watching this. The social medias, Twitter /Hangover Therapy, and then anchor.fm/hangover-therapy. You can leave us a voice message on there. I don't think we've got any of them yet.
No.
No.
You could be one of our friends. You could not be. Whoever you are, just leave a fucking message. We need another segment. Damn it.
We need another segment. It'd be really nice to have somebody yell abuse at us, or if you've got your own story you want to share relating to this episode, then you could.
But we're not going to just play a. Don't bother. I mean, no, I don't think anyone's going to do this, but don't keep it short. We're not going to play an entire 30-minute story on a voicemail.
No, but a couple of minutes maybe,
Yeah, a couple of minutes definitely.
I don't think we've got voice messages. No voice messages. That's a shame.
Never mind.
Ah well, right. We'll see you next week hopefully, unless I have a bunch of overtime dropped on me again, which I don't think we will. So, bye bye.